On this question, it's saying find three consecutive even numbers whose sum is 1806. Three consecutive even numbers whose sum is 1806. Okay, so what are consecutive even numbers? What are those? Let's go over here. Consecutive even numbers. Well, those are numbers like 22 and 24 and 26. It says three of them. So 22, 24, 26, or whatever, it could be 48, 50, 52, etc. So it means three numbers in a row that are all even, doesn't it? That making sense? Three consecutive even numbers. That means three even numbers in a row that are all even. Well, I just said that twice, didn't I? Three even numbers in a row. That's what it means. So consecutive means in a row, like if a football team or a basketball team wins consecutive titles, it means in a row. And even numbers, three even numbers in a row. So what do we do for our formulas? You do the smaller number is x, the middle number is x plus 2, and the larger is x plus 4. Right? Because it goes up by 2 every time. See that? Just like these, right? Add 2, add 2. So start with x, add 2, add another 2, now you got 4. See what's happening there? We all seeing that? It just goes up by 2 every time. Now, I don't want you to be confused. If instead they had said, because on the last problem, we did consecutive numbers. If they just say consecutive, then that would be like 20, 23, 24, 25, it would just go up by 1 every time, or 48, 49, 50, etc. Right? It would just go, if they just said consecutive and it's not even or odd, if they just say consecutive and they don't say even or odd, then they just go up by 1 every time. And so that would be x, x plus 1, x plus 2. It would only add 1 every time. But if they say consecutive even, or even if they say consecutive odd, it's the same thing. What do you mean? How is it the same thing? Well, think about an odd number like 21, 23, 25, or 47, 49, 51. See how even or odd, either way, same deal, it's going up by 2 every time. So I want you to understand the general formula that will always work for you here. Let me draw a line between these guys. There we go. So do you see the difference there? Up here is consecutive, odd, or even. If they either one, they say odd or even, it's the same deal. From even number to even number is a jump of 2, just like from odd number to odd number is also a jump of 2, isn't it? X, add 2 more. Whereas if they just say consecutive, that was the last problem, and they don't say even or odd, they mean straight in a row, and those only go up by 1 every time. X, x plus 1, x plus 2. See the difference? So you have to watch. When they say consecutive, you have to ask yourself, are they saying consecutive even or odd? If so, it's going up by 2 every time. If they just say consecutive and they do not say even or odd, then it's just going up by 1 every time. That's what consecutive numbers mean when they don't say even or odd. So you start, in both cases, you start with x, don't you? You always start with x. They're pretty much every formula. You start with x, and then you just go up by 1 every time for consecutive. You go up by 2 every time if they can say consecutive, odd, or even, because odd number to odd number, even number to even number jumps by 2. But just consecutive, not odd or even, only goes up by 1 every time. All right, back to it. What do they say over here? Whose sum, that means they add up, is 1806. So that means if we add the 3 of these x, oops, too big there, x plus 2, and x plus 4, they add up. So you add this one and add that one, and they add up to equals 1806. Tracking with me? So the 3 of those add up to equal, whose sum, what they add up to be, is 1806. Okay, so let's solve this equation. There's 1x, 1x, and 1x. So that makes 3x, right? These 3 guys add up to 3x. And then 2 and 4 make 6. So you just add the x's and add the numbers. Is that good to there? See how I just added the x's together and added the numbers together. All right, let me put in the our wall of separation, which is always helpful for us. Oops, I missed a little bit there. Okay, X is yelling out what he's always yelling out. I want to be alone. So subtract 6 from both sides. Boom to boom. And bring down this 3x. So it'll be 1800. Last step, divide by 3, right? Last step's always division. You're used to that by now. Use your calculator. 600. So x is 600. So that means now that we know what x is, the mystery's over. Bring that back. Plug it in right there. So this one's 600. This one is 600 plus 2, which means 602. This one, right, everywhere we've got x, we know it's 600. So this is 604. Because the mystery's over, x has been revealed to be 600. So then we just plug in x here, here, and here, and we get 600, 602, 604. Those are the 3, and those are 3 even numbers in a row, aren't they? And if you add them all up, they will add up to 1806. There we go.